Salute, Goodbreads. Welcome to the Mr.Goodbread reaction channel where we learn how not to be a dummy from some well-paid dummies. We watch and study these stars so we know how the broke folks is going to behave. And today we got Rihanna Breaks Down as her baby father, A$AP Rocky, could potentially be going to jail for a long time. Now, he refused a plea deal at the last minute. And if he would have took a plea deal, he would have only did a couple of days. But now, let's just get into this, guys. Let's see what they talking about.
This morning, a key witness is taking the stand again in rapper A$AP Rocky's trial.
His superstar girlfriend, Rihanna, is also in court sitting alongside his family.
So it looks like Rihanna might be raising her two kids by herself in the next 20 years because A$AP Rocky is in this courtroom playing games, and it's not looking like he gonna beat that 24-year sentence. This comes after he turned down his plea deal, which he would have only had to serve 180 days in jail and 3 years probation. But he played in everybody's face and pleaded not guilty at the very last minute. To make matters even worse, it turns out that outside of his issues with A$AP Rocky, the man that was allegedly attacked in he and Relly were also allegedly beefing over Rihanna because Rihanna was trying to get with Relly, but A$AP got jealous and started acting funny. According to sources, Rihanna is not taking any of this well, and it even feels like it's her fault that A$AP is in this situation. Now, for those of y'all who are somehow out of the loop about what's going on, A$AP Rocky is currently on trial for allegedly a member of his crew, Always Strive and Prosper, called Relly, after they got into a very heated argument over A$AP apparently abandoning the crew once he got famous and not helping out the family once one of their deceased members passed away. This tension has been going on for a little bit now, so they decided to meet back up in 2021, and that's when all the mess went down. Now, Relly claims that A$AP him twice with one grazing his knuckles, but A$AP pleaded not guilty, and he said he used a starter that only fires blanks, not a real with actual. And A$AP's claims match with the police reports because when the cops searched the crime scene, there was no evidence that an actual had happened here. Like, I'm talking nothing. No shell casings, no holes, nothing. Now, this is where things get messy because you would think with there being no physical evidence to support the case, Relly would hang it up and move on with his life. But 2 days after the police had searched the place, he came back again with shell casings that he said he retrieved from the crime scene. The same crime scene that the cops had searched and didn't find nothing. The only real evidence that we even have of this crime happening is the security footage of A$AP and Relly having a physical altercation. But that footage never actually showed him firing at Relly. Not only that, but the forensics are yet to verify if the shell casings that Relly brought were even from that same day that him and A$AP got into it. In court, A$AP's lawyer, Joe Tacopina, brought up the fact that there was literally zero physical evidence to back up Relly's claims outside of witness testimony. He said, no holes, no blood, no shell casings, no physical evidence that happened at all. During the court session, Relly also kept crying about how he would only see A$AP once every 6 months, and that he couldn't believe it when A$AP pulled that on him. It's really hard having a relationship with Rocky. He lies a lot. I called him Mr. 6-month man. I would see him every 6 months. I physically could not believe there was a gun in my face. That was the breaking point for me. Anyway, by the end of the first court date, A$AP was given a chance to take the plea deal, where he would only do 180 years in jail and 3 years of probation and a few other minor charges. Now, if he said yes, the case would be over, but that man got up there and pleaded not guilty, which means he could face up to 24 years in jail if he's found guilty by the end of this. Now, hopefully that don't happen, but if he does, he gonna make Rihanna a single mom and leave her and those kids without a man in their life.
Now, let's cut that out. Let's knock that off, yo. She made herself a single mother. He can't make her a single mother. He didn't grape her, right? She willingly allowed him to ejaculate in her several times to where they done had several babies now. So she allowed it, and she knew who he is. She know what she got. Let's stop it, yo.
Rihanna didn't even show up at his first court date, but after ASAP pulled this stunt, she was dressed up sitting in that courtroom during the next one, because things were really getting heated in there, and hopefully her being there might influence the decision of the jury in ASAP's favor. Now, I'm not saying that's the main reason she went there, but this is Rihanna we talking about. She's one of the most loved celebrities, so it's really not far-fetched to assume that her presence may have an influence on the jury. Some of them may even be fans of her. We don't know. Y'all, the paparazzi caught her sneaking out the courtroom through the back door, and she was looking stressed. She wasn't smiling at them like she usually did, and you could tell she didn't want to be seen on camera that day. One person said, she stood anxiously, her eyes scanning the surroundings as she eagerly awaited the arrival of security. Another person said, I'll forever be mad that she chose ASAP. Now he has her showing up to court to support her man. As if all this wasn't bad enough, new information is coming out that Relly and ASAP's beef was not just about ASAP ditching his crew and not supporting them, but it also had to do with Relly and ASAP beefing over Rihanna. I know this sound wild to y'all, I promise I do, but y'all won't be surprised once y'all find out who started these rumors. Y'all, it was no other than Azalea Banks. It's unclear how she got this tea, but she's convinced enough that it's true and wasted no time jumping on the internet to tell us. She said when ASAP and Rihanna got together, he wanted to show her off to his crew that he had bagged Ree, so sent her to Harlem to introduce her to the guys, and that's when Rihanna and Relly met. Apparently, that was getting along a little too well, and that made ASAP jealous, so he hit Relly up to talk about it days later. That's when ASAP jumped him, pulled out on him, and all the beef began. She said ASAP didn't even grow up in Harlem and that he used Relly to get himself some street cred. She also brought up the deceased rapper from ASAP's crew, ASAP Yams. She said Rocky used to the hell out of Yams while he was still here, and in an effort by Yams to cope, that poor man started popping pills and became an addict. Azalea said that when Yams passed, ASAP gave his mama $60K to keep quiet about what he allegedly did to her son.
ASAP, Relly, and Naka literally made Rocky. Rocky is not from Harlem like he says, so the tea on this is Rocky corny ass had Rihanna in Harlem trying to show off and made the mistake of inviting really fine chocolate ass over, and of course Ray was all in his face flirting and shit. Rocky got jealous, invited him to meet up somewhere, pulled him in for a hug, and then really tried to kill him. And all because Rihanna was looking. Rally ain't looking for no payday. He's genuinely deeply hurt because he really believed in Rocky and considered him a friend. Rocky is responsible for ASAP Yams' overdose because he would punk him in front of people, punch him in the chest knowing he had severe asthma, and sent him into a spiraling depression. He tried self-medicating away with Xanax. Rocky gave Yams' mother a measly $60K after all Yams did to stylize him. I grew up with all these. Rocky tried Relly and recklessly almost ASAP Ills. I don't give a. Rocky needs to go to jail and pay Relly with whatever money he makes. This case is missing another count of attempted Elijah. Felony, illegal possession of a firearm, fraudulent inducement, coercion, intentional infliction of emotional distress, reckless endangerment, and everything possible. This Rocky.
60K, y'all. Child, Azalea gets on Beyonce's internet every day at just about any time something is going on and says just about anything. I need y'all to remember that everything she's saying is just speculation, so let's take it all with a grain of salt. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this, like this person who said, I'm genuinely just shocked that's Azalea speaking. She sounds very coherent and her story sounds believable. That doesn't mean it's true. Interesting nonetheless. Another person said, this is more than likely the truth. 9 times out of 10, the reason why guys fall out is over a female. It always has to do with a female. The beef between Drake and Future is because of a female. That's where it all started and Kendrick finished it. If you know, you know. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Rihanna allegedly being the reason for all this mess? And do y'all think ASAP is gonna win this trial? Or is he gonna be in jail for the next 24 years?
Truthfully, I just think this is that group beef right here. And if you notice, you don't see many successful groups. You see individuals and solo acts. They start out as a group, but very few groups Not even Wu-Tang stayed together as a group. I mean, they don't have no beef, but Wu-Tang ain't Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? You see Method Man, you see Raekwon and Ghost. You don't hear nothing from RZA and Jizza anymore. But groups separate because as individuals, we don't grow at the same pace. So if you don't grow at the same pace, then some people gonna outgrow others. And in this group's case, ASAP was the only one growing. ASAP was the only one doing anything relevant, that is. And as far as this case, I think he's going to beat this case because this case is looking like a money grab. Relly done turned this case into a little extortion grab right now. And even if it wasn't an extortion, the way Relly moving on that stand, he making it look like it's all about the money and it's not about justice. So this is going to be interesting. And guys, we're going to be following up on this story. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think he gonna get off? And do you think he should have just took the plea deal? Because he only would have had to do 180 something days if he'd have took the plea deal. Now he facing 20 something years. So y'all let me know what y'all think he should have did. All right, guys, I'll check y'all later. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. And we got that other video, Relly snitching in court. That's going to pop up right now, guys. Y'all can click into that.
And what about your private attorneys? You met them to prepare for your testimony?
I didn't need to prepare.
You didn't need to prepare?
No.
Okay. So you didn't meet your private attorneys at all to discuss your testimony?
I don't need to.
I understand you don't meet. My question was different.
Cause for yes, sir.
Oh, wait, say the question again, please.
You did not meet with your private attorneys who flew here with you in preparation for your testimony?
No, they just here to support me. But I don't need the prep. I don't need the prep.
It's not responsive. Everything after no, sir.
Okay.